I would say that as the mother of a son with disabilities, that we need to do a much better job as a society recognizing that people with disabilities are just like us. They have hopes, dreams, and aspirations. They want an education. They want friends. They want a family. They want loved ones. They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to experience life to the fullest, to the extent of their possibility, of their ability.
Yeah. How has the physical and attitudinal barriers experienced by people with disabilities of our current time shaped what is possible and impossible for your son, Jeffrey? If relevant, what radical social change needs to happen in order for individuals with spina bifida, like your son, to reach their full potential, knowing the challenges that are in existence? For example, as you know, disability advocate Judy Human, when she was growing up, a lot of the buildings did not have ramps or elevators, and
Right.
a lot of sidewalks did not have curb cuts. And so people with disabilities had to go out there and protest. And of course, Judy did a lot of the mobilization and organizing of that to make that
Right.
happen. So what similar drastic changes need to occur for people like your son to succeed in this society and reach his highest human potential?
Well, Judy is a hero. I mean, I don't know if she likes my using that word, but she has set an example for so many individuals with disabilities because she has been courageous. She's been outspoken. She's been a beacon, if you will, for the cause of those with disabilities. So I'm hugely in awe of Judy and everything she's done. Um, I would say that as the mother of a son with disabilities, that we need to do a much better job as a society recognizing that people with disabilities are just like us. They have hopes, dreams, and aspirations. They want an education. They want friends. They want a family. They want loved ones. They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to experience life to the fullest, to the extent of their possibility, of their ability. And so we need to make it possible for them. They shouldn't be held back in any way because of what's happened to them. And I certainly feel that way about Jeff, our son. I think we still, frankly, for all the advances that have been made because of the ADA, which we celebrate, there still are too many places that are not open and not accessible to people with disabilities. And I hope that as time goes by, and it's not very much time, we've been waiting a long time. I mean, in Jeff's case, it was 21 years ago that he was injured, going on 22. So we've waited a long time, and I want to see the United States continue to be the leader on some of these issues. It took a long time for the U.S. to pass the ADA. There's so many countries around the world, as I'm sure you know, that don't even offer the accommodations that we offer in the U.S. And that needs to happen. I mean, it needs to be the case for individuals around the world. But in this country, we still need to do a better job in terms of having vocations, jobs that are open to people with disabilities, having social services open to them. Physical barriers need to come down, and attitudes need to change. People need to recognize, as I said a moment ago, that people with disabilities are just like us. They just happen to have different abilities. That's all. They want to have a full life. They want to contribute. They want to make a difference in the world. And there's really no reason why they shouldn't be able to do that to the extent of their abilities. So we've come a long way, but we still, in my view, have a very long way to go. And it's a battle we have to keep fighting. And that's why we need folks like Judy and the many others who have been pioneers and have frankly trailblazers in this arena. I view my own son Jeff as a great as making his own contributions, because when people see him, they see what he's trying to do, and the many friends that he's made where he lives in Westminster, Maryland, as part of the Target Community and Educational Services program. So I think we have to keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, exactly. So after vicariously experiencing the challenges that the disability community faces through your son's disability, what specific changes do you want to see happen, especially those with spina bifida, which is your closest experience? What is an ideal world for someone with spina bifida like your son? And I know that in that earlier question, just so that you don't have to be repetitive and repeat, is you were alluding to that there are lots of changes that should be made and need to be made. Can you answer the question in the framework of how the lack of opportunities in our society in the U.S. has limited Jeffrey's outlook and opportunities?
People who have spina bifida, were born with spina bifida hydrocephalus, often have learning differences in addition to physical limitations. And I just think our society needs to do a much better job of reducing those barriers, of making physical spaces more accessible, certainly making educational opportunities more open, more accommodating. I know when Jeffrey, even well before he was injured at the age of 16, every year at school, I had to work with the teachers to make sure they understood that Jeff was, very strong in this kind of learning, but he needed a little support in that kind of learning. Very, very smart young man, very smart student, but he needed some help with test taking, a little more time sometimes with tests, a little more time with some kinds of work projects. And so I think we need to do a better job with students with spina bifida, with these challenges in schools. I think educational systems need to do a better job. And I would say, to me, that's the main thing, in addition to physical opportunities. Obviously, I think, there should be the availability of medical and health treatments for people with spina bifida, hydrocephalus. So a lot of work to be done. And the more we get the word out, the better it is.